In these short guides, I'm going to be taking you through a range of ways in which you can edit a Google site in order to make it into your VLE platform. This is one that I've spent a lot of time over the last few weeks working on for my AS English students, and I'm going to be showing you some of the techniques that I used in order to achieve this. So in the first video, I'm just going to be showing you how to kind of create the basic layout for your site. So when you're logged into Google, if you go up to your apps button in the top right hand corner, there's these little squares, and click on sites. When you click on sites, I have a list of all the ones that I've created. However, your list is most likely empty on this right hand side here. So if you're creating a site for the first time, just click on the red create button on the left hand side and give your site a name. As you can see, this name now appears after this main college site's address here. And I'm just going to click create. Now what I've done there is used a blank template. You could have had the choice to browse the gallery for other templates, but I'll show you how to get back into that at a later date. Okay, so as you can see, you've got a very basic site given to you straight away. Your main editing options are up here on the right hand side. Now at the moment, people at Reading College can find and access your site. You can change sharing settings for anything within Google that you create, and if you click on change here, you'll be able to change it to public on the web, anyone with the link, people at Reading College with the link, and shared with specific people. Now, unless you've got sensitive information on there, it might be easier initially to set it as anyone with the link. You can then perhaps change it to share with specific people at a later date, and once you know who all your students are, you can then type in their relevant addresses. So for now, set it as anyone with the link can view, and then you can create it as specific people once your course is set up. Okay, so if you click on save there. Okay, and click on return to site at the very bottom. Alright, so these other editing options can be used to edit a page and create a new page, but we'll come back to those later. What I'd like you to do is go into the cog, and I'd like you to click on edit site layout. Okay, along the top here, you've got all your options for your site layout. So you've got your header option, which you can turn on or off. When you turn it off, as you can see, the main header with the title of your site disappears. However, I'm going to turn that back on. What you've also got is a search button over here on the right hand side. Now if you click on edit site header, then you can choose to add a logo. So at the moment there is no logo. You could choose to attach a logo of your own size and making, which could be a picture of your classroom environment, it could be a picture associated with your course. You can add in a logo of your choice here. What you can also do is set the alignment. So when I change horizontal to center and vertical to bottom, for instance, and click OK, as you can see, this kind of changes the layout of my title and my search bar. However, I'm just going to stick to theme default and standard for now. So that's how you can play with your header and add in a logo. What you can also do is decide to have a sidebar or not. And in another video, I'll show you how you can use that sidebar. But for now, I'm going to remove it, and that's because I'm going to put in horizontal navigation instead. Now this will give me a horizontal bar with all of my pages on it, and I'm just going to show you how you can add those pages now. The other thing you can add or take away here is the custom footer. So you could actually have various elements within this footer, and if you click to edit site footer, you can add in some text, you could add in an image, so you could add in maybe kind of key contact details along the bottom there if you wanted the footer in. Okay, and you just click on something to remove it again. So that's your general site layout, and I'm just going to close it now, having activated the horizontal navigation. Click on close, and that has now updated. So just a reminder how you get back into that, it's over on the cog and click on edit site layout. Okay, now I've amended my layout, what I'd like to do is just add a couple of pages. So we're going to have home. I'd like a page for lesson materials. And I'm just going to click create. Now what you can do with this is that you can make it into different kinds of pages, but I'll show you the different kinds of pages in another place. This is just the basic structure, so we're just going to have a page called lesson materials, and I'm going to click create on there. Now I'm going to come back and edit it later in another video, so I'm just going to click save for now. Okay, now as you can see, this hasn't automatically been added to this bar here. So when you've created a page, what you then have to do is go into edit site layout again. You need to click on this edit horizontal navigation. You're going to click on add page, and as you can see, you've got lesson materials sat there waiting for you, and you're going to click OK. I'm then going to click OK again, and it's now appeared. So I'll click close. I'm just going to show you how to do that one more time. So we've got new page, and I'd also like a where next page where I'll detail information about progression for students. I'm going to click create at the very top in red, and I'll show you how to edit the page later, so for now just click save. And once again, it hasn't added to this bar along here, so I'm going to go into the cog, click on edit site layout, click on this part here, add page, where next, OK. Now once you've got a few options in there, you can actually move them up and down, and if you tab them inwards, they will now appear as a drop-in under the one above it. So if you click on OK, I'll show you what I mean by that. That's now been saved, so I'm just going to click close. And as you can see, because I put that one slightly inwards, it's now appeared as a subheading under lesson materials. So if you want any drop-down menus, that's the easiest way in which you can create them. So you go cog, edit site layout, click on here, and this one has been moved inwards. I'm just going to move it back out, so that now means that it will appear as a heading in its own right. If I wanted it as a subheading underneath something that would come up in a drop-down menu, then I would just move it inwards. Okay, so it goes, it's not bold anymore, it moves slightly inwards and will appear as a subheading. However, I don't want to do that, I want it as a separate heading. I'm going to move it back and click OK. And as you can see, I've now got these three headings along here. So that's how you create your site and edit kind of the basic structure. In my next videos, I'll show you other aspects of editing your site.